What is your name?
Trevor Lawson.
Trevor Lawson. Nice to meet you. Come put this microphone on and we'll get started. I'm Jane Bevan, by the way.
Oh, nice to meet you, Jane.
Nice to meet you. All right, now we're going to our acting mode. Trevor, it's nice to meet you today. I'm glad you could come in. And I need to know what specific profession we're talking about here as we get started today. What position you're interested in?
General manager.
General manager.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Trevor, can you tell me just a little bit about yourself?
I am a quick learner and I like to work. I've got a lot of experience right now as an assistant manager, and I've been trying to work my way up in the field to get to the general manager position.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know.
Okay, I appreciate that. Thank you for sharing that.
Yes.
And what do you see as your greatest strength?
My greatest strength is probably my leadership skills. I like to be able to lead, but I also understand that there's times when you need to be able to follow.
Okay. And what is your greatest weakness?
My greatest weakness would have to be that I tend to, I like to have a lot to work on at one time. I like to be able to get multiple things done, and that tends to clutter you occasionally. That would be my worst weakness.
So
rushing myself is what.
So you take on more than you can handle at one time.
Yeah,
kind of does it
I
for you.
tend to. Yeah.
So why do you want to work for this organization?
I've heard a lot of great things about this organization, and it would really help me out, me and my family, and getting my college paid for the rest of the way. I really find that this organization is a very top-class organization.
Okay, thank you. So why did you leave your last job, Trevor?
It was actually we moved,
Mm-hmm.
and we had to move down to I had to get a new home, and this just happened to be where I landed.
Okay. So give me an example. Give me what you see as your best accomplishment so far.
When I worked at Starbucks, which was my last job, I got the Customer Satisfactory Award, which is a very big award down there. Mm-hmm. They only give it out to one employee a year, and it was for all the customer ratings that they gave to me.
That's very good.
Thank you.
What do you see as your future goals? You want to be general manager here, but what do you see up the road?
Up the road, I would really like to help out this company increase its profits, increase its gross margin, and I really would like to see myself just improve overall as a person, as a worker, and to graduate college, of course, with a 3.0 or higher.
Okay. And why why should we hire you?
I believe that coming to work, you work. You're very serious, you're acting very professional. Mm-hmm. I do not believe that the workplace is a place for nonsense. I believe you come to work to do business. You know, the workplace is a business place. You come to work to do your hours and go home.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Very good. What are your salary expectations?
I believe that I don't know, you don't know me very well, and I understand that I have experience in this field, but really I know the reason general manager in this job gets paid around $50,000, but I would like for you to just, anything's all right.
Yeah,
Any considerable offer is just fine with me.
And that is to start plus all the benefits.
Yes, ma'am, of course.
So they all figure in. If I were to ask your professors to describe you, what would they say?
My professors would more than likely describe me as a great observer and a very quick learner.
Okay. Yeah, you've said that before.
Oh.
That's a very strong attribute to have, quick learning.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Trevor, you've been very helpful today. Do you have any questions for me?
What makes you stay at this organization?
Me?
Yes, ma'am.
I've been here 10 years. I've been very content. I've been treated very well with respect. I have seen that if you if you work hard and you put in the energy that's needed to do a good job, it is appreciated and rewarded.
That sounds great. That sounds exactly what I'm looking for.
You see a lot of employees here with longevity, good 10, 12, 15 years.
That's great.
Yeah, it's encouraging.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for your time, Trevor. I appreciate it.
Yes, of course.
We will be in touch.
Thank
Hello,
you.
Mr. Lawson.
Hello, Mrs. Deaton.
Hello. How are you?
I'm doing great now. Nice to see you.
Welcome.
Trevor, can you tell us what your greatest strength is?
My greatest strength. My greatest strength would have to be my strength of leadership skills and pushing people and just, yeah.
What do you see as a weakness?
I feel like I tend to rush myself to get things done, and I feel like that's a weakness of mine.
Now, why do you want to work for this organization?
I've heard lots of good things about this organization as far as it increasing its profits, and I've heard that they treat their employees very well.
So why did you leave your last job?
I recently moved out of that area to move into a different home, and we just happened to end up here.
Okay. What's your best accomplishment?
When I worked at Starbucks before I was applying to this job, I got the customer satisfaction award, so I had a lot of great reviews down there.
So what are your future goals?
My future goals are to hopefully help out this company down the road and help increase your profits and help. I would like to graduate my college with a 3.0 GPA, of course.
Okay. We have a lot of people interviewing. Why should we hire you?
I come to work to work. I don't come to mess around. I come to work because work is about business and getting the job done.
If I were to ask your professors about you, what would they say?
My professors, if you were asking about me, they would more than likely tell you that I'm a very hard worker. I tend to listen very well, and I'm a very good observer on things.
Okay. And what are your salary expectations?
I seen on the web page for the that the job for general manager is listed at $50,000. So really, just a reasonable amount anywhere around there would be just fine.
Do you have any questions for us?
What makes you stay at this job? Why do you like it?
That's a good question. I like the environment. You know, like you said earlier, we're really good. You know, this company is really good to its employees. The benefits here are great, and it's a local area for me. I actually grew up not very far from here.
Oh, that's nice. That's good. Thank you very much, Mrs. Deaton. Thank you very much, Jane.
Yes, thank you. It's a pleasure.
My pleasure's all mine.
All right, Trevor, my name's Joe.
Nice to meet you, Joe.
It's good to meet you. And you're here today to interview for a job with our company. And why do you want to work for this organization?
I've seen this organization's been doing good things and really increasing their profits. I just really like to get on with the job.
What do you know about us? What do you know about the organization?
I know that organization has been increasing a lot in size. There've been more jobs open up. A lot of people said a lot of good things about this company and this organization.
Okay. That's good. Do you know anybody who works here? Do you have any contacts here?
A friend said that this was a good job with a lot of great people. It would be a great job to have if you get on.
All right. What could you bring to the organization? What kind of strengths do you have that would be helpful?
My strengths would have to be I'm a good leader. I can lead. I have good thinking, quick thinking.
Okay.
That to the table.
All right. And we obviously need good leaders. There are times, however, that you also need to be a follower.
That's true.
You can't always lead. How are you at following instructions and following other people?
I'm very well. I've been able to follow. I believe that you can't always lead. That you do need to follow. I agree with that.
Can you give me an example of how you are a good follower?
Well, whenever someone above me at my old job, whenever someone above me would tell me to do something, of course I would follow right in with whatever they needed me to do.
Okay. What kind of old jobs have you had?
Well, I worked during college, still in college, but during college, during my first couple of years, I worked at the Fuzzy Duck, and it is a bookstore / coffee shop, and I was a waiter there. Then from being a waiter, I went to an assistant manager at an Applebee's in Corbin, and started making some better money. I took in orders and did I had to do some hiring and some firing, and I started working at Starbucks in Clinton, Tennessee, and I was the general manager. I went up a lot.
Okay. And why did you leave those jobs, or why did you leave your last job?
I believe that in working, that you move up. And don't know where to move up, and so get real good somewhere, and then come up the trip.
What are your future goals?
My future goals are to eventually own a business, my own business, open up a business. To make a lot of people around. I would like to graduate college with that 3.0 or higher. That's it.
Okay. Where do you see yourself in 3 years?
3 years from now, I would like to be 3 years from now. I'd like to be graduated with my 3.0 and working on getting a business established in Corbin.
If I were to ask your professors or teachers to describe you, what would they say?
My professors would say he's a very good listener. He likes to work. And he's a good leader. A good observer.
What's been your best accomplishment, let's say, over the last 2 years?
And during work when I worked at Starbucks, I had a employee of the month, and you get customers start talking about how good you do, and customers refer to me as the best.
How'd that make you feel?
It makes you feel good, it makes you want to work harder, it makes you want to stay on top.
Okay. So, why should we hire you?
Well, I believe that coming to work, you work. You don't mess around. You come to work for the business. I come to work. I come to work to not mess around. I come to be serious, get the job done.
What about working on weekends?
It's alright. It's very
Well, that's unusual. Most people don't like that. Okay. Speaking of money, what are your salary expectations?
Well, working at Twin Peaks, the average salary is $53,000 a year. So, somewhere around that would be just fine.
All right. What questions do you have for me?
I feel I'm very pleased with the conversation. I have no questions for you, Joe.
All right. I'm going to give you some feedback. Always research the organization that you're interviewing for. Know several things about the organization. When they say, why do you want to work here? Know 3 or 4 major points about the organization. And you can do that by going to their website, or if you know somebody who works there, they can tell you some things. Where do you see yourself in 3 years or in 5 years? Don't talk about starting your own business. They want to hear how you can be helping them in 3 to 5 years. If I'm hiring you, I don't want to spend my money hiring and training you and assuming that 3 years from now you're off somewhere else. $53,000. Don't give a specific amount. You can say, I understand that an average salary is somewhere in the range of $53,000, but I know that ranges vary from company to company, and I'm willing to consider any reasonable amount. If you come up with a specific amount and say that's what you want, that could be the end of it right there. You know, they could say, well, this guy's pretty brash. He's telling us what he wants us to pay him, and we really don't know this guy. He's just interviewing with us, and we don't know if he's worth that amount of money or not. When I have interviewed before with people, I have always answered that question by saying, I would like a salary that is commensurate with your needs and my experience. And it kind of puts it in your lap. So that's just a suggestion. And if they ask, what kind of questions do you have for me? Always have 2 or 3 questions. Like, why did you come to work for this company? What keeps you here? What motivates you to come to work every day? And, you know, that gives you some insight into why they like the company, etc. So those are just some things to think of. Okay?
It's really good information. Thank you, Joe.
You did a good job.
Now it really help me in the future, I hope.
All right. So good. All right.
I go back now.
You want to send somebody else in?
Sure.
Okay. Just tell them I'm ready for another person.